Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I want to talk about breakout teams, or which team is poised for a breakout season is the correct way to phrase this. So before we start today's video, I'd love to hear those beautiful thoughts and comments down below. So let's talk about it. There's been some improvements. And before you hear my thoughts, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Who do you think is going to be the best team that's going to break out? You know, the Atlanta Hawks are the primary team. I think we can all agree, to shock everyone, had a great year. So did the Charlotte Hornets, but I think those are the two ones: the Atlanta Hawks, Charlotte Hornets, and then maybe the Phoenix Suns, you could say. But I think the Miami Heat are going to be this year's Phoenix Suns. But yeah, no, I think, look, there's been a lot of improvements this year. The Brooklyn Nets improved, the Lakers improved, the Clippers, you could argue, improve. And the other guys, Utah Jazz, the Suns, the Bucks, the Nuggets, and the Sixers, basically brought the whole squad back except Ben Simmons for the Sixers. And it seems like nobody's counting Chicago or Miami in this picture. And the Bulls, obviously, if they're going to achieve breakout status, I think they have to be a top 5 seed at the very least, which means, you know, being able to survive the East and keep up with the heavyweights in the Brooklyn Nets, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Atlanta Hawks, you know, you could say the New York Knicks in there and put Chicago in there. I think Chicago can compete, may even be a top 3 seed. Obviously, Lonzo Ball and Pat Williams and Alex Caruso they're probably like their best defenders right now, with Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, and DeMar DeRozan never all being known as great defensive players. So if they can play, you know, at least 15th to 18th best defense while having a top 15 offense, I think this team can be really good. And Chicago's been searching for their point guard since what seems like Derrick Rose's end with the franchise. And finally, Lonzo Ball fills that role, with Lonzo Ball basically being our generation's version of Jason Kidd, but at like maybe the Walmart brand version of it. And I think Lonzo Ball and Williams will really be doing all the extra duty defensively based on, you know, how I said, DeRozan, LaVine's, and Vucevic's track record of being not notoriously good defenders. And I think there's enough there with the starting lineup, and plus they have a really revamped bench to go and be a playoff team. They were, 31-41 last year? And I think with everything they have Kobe White, who I think is going to be their pseudo 6-man. And there's a lot of talent on this roster. There's a lot. The one thing I just get scared about is, will there be enough front court help off the bench? Now, with Miami, I think breakout will be a much higher level. Pseudo Phoenix Suns with finals aspirations after being in the finals less than a year ago. And adding Kyle Lowry is the perfect acquisition for someone to organize the Heat's offense and provide an emotional counterpart to the Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo duo. With Bam Adebayo being able to, you know, do whatever he needs to do on the inside. He's so strong. He's so athletic. But I know Jimmy Butler and Bam weren't happy with the early exit. And look, they got a lot there. Duncan Robinson, still one of the best shooters in the entire NBA. PJ Tucker, coming off a championship, gives them a small ball 5, who Markieff Morris is another perfect small ball 5, and they could really run lineups where they could technically go small ball 5, or their pseudo big lineup where it's Jimmy, PJ, Morris, Bam, Kyle Lowry, or even Duncan, and then have Jimmy be the point guard. That's the big lineup. Then small ball lineups probably Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, and PJ Tucker. Those are great lineups. And Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra have shifted into win now mode again. And I think this is a team that people should not mess with. And I think there's something in the range of being a 55-win team with a top 3 seed and be on track to make the Eastern Conference Finals with ease, okay? And I think the Heat are dangerous. I think they're really dangerous. I think people need to look at that. Now, Jason Kidd. I think Jason Kidd is somebody who could really help make this team be a breakout team, okay? And look, Jason Kidd, it seems like it could be a match made in heaven with him and Luka Doncic, 2 generational talents. Okay, and I think Jason Kidd's going to benefit largely from his previous stops in Brooklyn and Milwaukee, and let Luka be Luka. You know, people forget that Jason Kidd helped create Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was the one who started playing at point guard. And Jason Kidd showed that adapting talent in front of him wasn't always Kidd's first choice when he coached the Nets and Bucks, but maybe he's learned. But defense was always and will remain Kidd's top priority, especially after working under Frank Vogel for a few years. And the Mavs ranked 21st last year, giving up 112.3 points per 100 possessions, and were 16-28 when they allowed 109 points or more. So Doncic isn't considered a stopper or anything, but he can do a better job on-ball defense if he's trying all the time. And offensively, there's not a lot to nitpick. And Kidd already said he knows that. So Dallas slipped last season with their three-point efficiency, and that really limited Doncic's room to attack the basket because defense could sag off. And I think he did a lot more of his own shot creation from the mid-range while improving from the arc himself. The next natural step for Doncic is to get the ball out of his hands more, and that's where I think Jason Kidd can help. Doncic's usage rate of 35% was ranked second last year, so I think the best thing for Kidd to do is keep Doncic fresh, okay? In spite of his insane scoring ability and being the forerunner of the Dallas attack, I think fatigue has been a factor for the Slovenian stars with his shooting and trips to the line and plus minus impact all slipping in the fourth quarter during last season. So yeah, I think the Mavs could be good, but I really think the Heat are going to be the best out of all these teams I mentioned. That's it for me, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Until next time, guys. Peace out.